Imagine a world where machines begin to understand humanity better than humans understand themselves. A world where algorithms predict your desires before you even realize them. A world where artificial intelligence can write books, compose music, generate movies, replace programmers, doctors, analysts, and influence decisions affecting millions of lives. For decades, this sounded like science fiction. Today, it is reality. And right now, the largest corporations and governments on Earth are fighting for the most powerful technology of the 21st century: artificial intelligence. But this story did not begin with modern chatbots or viral AI videos. It began long before that. For decades, scientists dreamed of creating a machine capable of thinking like a human being. Early artificial intelligence systems were primitive. They could perform only one specific task: play chess, solve mathematical formulas, recognize simple patterns. But true intelligence remained out of reach. Computers could calculate faster than humans, yet they could not truly understand the world. At least, not yet. Then humanity entered the digital age. Every second, the world began generating unimaginable amounts of information. Billions of photographs, videos, books, voice recordings, search queries, conversations. Humanity was unknowingly creating the perfect fuel for artificial intelligence: data. At the same time, another revolution was taking place. Supercomputers became more powerful than ever before. Massive data centers appeared across the planet, entire buildings filled with processors working day and night. And for the first time in history, machines gained enough computing power to begin learning at enormous scale. That was the moment everything changed. Artificial intelligence stopped being a laboratory experiment and began evolving into something far more powerful. Neural networks became capable of recognizing images almost as accurately as humans. Then they learned to understand language. Then something happened that shocked the world. AI stopped only analyzing information. It began creating text, images, music, voice, video, code. For the first time in history, machines started performing tasks once believed to belong exclusively to human intelligence, and millions of people suddenly realized something unsettling. The age of automation was no longer limited to physical labor. Now machines were coming for intellectual labor: writers, designers, programmers, artists, lawyers, even scientists. For centuries, humanity believed creativity and intelligence made humans unique. Artificial intelligence challenged that belief, and the world reacted with both fascination and fear. Because one terrifying question suddenly appeared: if machines can think, what remains for humans? The modern AI race accelerated faster than almost anyone expected, and at the center of this revolution stood one company: OpenAI. When ChatGPT was released to the public, millions of people experienced advanced artificial intelligence for the first time. Not as a distant technology, but as something they could personally interact with. Within months, AI became part of everyday life. Students used it, businesses used it, programmers used it. Entire industries began changing almost overnight. And suddenly the world understood. A new technological era had begun. Microsoft quickly recognized the scale of what was happening. The corporation invested billions of dollars into OpenAI. But this was not simply an investment. It was a strategic move to dominate the future of digital infrastructure. Artificial intelligence was integrated into search engines, office software, cloud services, operating systems. The goal became clear: to make AI the foundation of the modern digital world. But for years, one company had been considered the undisputed leader of artificial intelligence: Google. Its engineers created many of the technologies that modern neural networks rely on today. Some of the most important breakthroughs in AI research came directly from Google laboratories. For years, the company believed it controlled the future of information. Then, ChatGPT appeared. For the first time in decades, Google found itself reacting instead of leading, and the corporation responded with urgency. The AI war had begun. Meanwhile, Meta chose a different strategy. The company focused heavily on open-source AI models. Publicly, this approach was presented as openness and innovation. But behind that strategy was another objective: influence. Because whoever controls artificial intelligence may eventually control the flow of information itself. And in the digital age, information is power. But behind all these companies stands another giant, a company many ordinary people had barely heard of before the AI explosion: NVIDIA Its graphics processors became the engine of artificial intelligence. Every major neural network requires enormous computational power, and NVIDIA became the company supplying the world with that power. Its chips became so valuable that some analysts began calling NVIDIA the new oil empire of the digital age, because in the AI era, computing power is the new oil. But this race is no longer limited to corporations. Governments have started realizing that artificial intelligence is not merely a business technology. It is a matter of national security, economic dominance, military superiority, global influence. The United States is investing tens of billions of dollars into AI development. Meanwhile, China is rapidly building its own artificial intelligence ecosystem. Chinese technology companies are training massive AI models and competing directly with Western systems. At the same time, European Union regulators are attempting to build strict laws controlling how AI can be used. The world is slowly dividing into technological blocks, and more experts are beginning to say the same thing. A new Cold War has already begun. But this time, the main weapon is not nuclear missiles, it is algorithms. Yet the more powerful artificial intelligence becomes, the more dangerous questions emerge. What happens if millions of jobs disappear because of automation? What happens if AI-generated deepfakes become impossible to distinguish from reality? What happens when algorithms can manipulate public opinion on massive scale? Influence elections, control information, shape human behavior itself? And then comes the biggest question of all. What happens if artificial intelligence one day surpasses human intelligence? Some scientists warn that humanity may be approaching a point where AI development becomes impossible to fully control. Others believe artificial intelligence will become the greatest tool of progress ever created. A technology capable of curing diseases, accelerating scientific discovery, solving problems humanity could never solve alone. Perhaps AI will help humanity enter a new era of civilization. Or perhaps it will transform society in ways we still cannot comprehend. But one fact is already undeniable. The world is changing right now. Humanity once created machines that replaced physical labor. Now humanity is creating machines that may replace intellectual labor. And for the first time in history, humans are building something that could eventually surpass its own creators. This may become the greatest technological revolution humanity has ever witnessed. Or the most dangerous. No one truly knows. Because humanity is entering completely unknown territory. And the future of civilization may no longer be determined only by humans, but also by artificial intelligence, and this story is only beginning.